I don't want to do a review, I want to play more Helldivers.
You said you would review it.
Okay, Helldivers is really good. You play as the shooty person and you shoot the things. 10 out of 10 game of the year, Mountain Dew Doritos, 360 no scope, hashtag get wrecked.
Review it properly.
Fine, okay. As you could probably tell, I've been really enjoying Helldivers. For me, it's one of them surprise games, one that you thought nothing of when you see it, then you play it and it grabs you. The game's setup is you're a member of the Helldivers, an ultra-patriotic fighting force that defends Super-Earth from alien threats. They shout about freedom and democracy whilst charging into battle, and they also deny any want for the valuable oil that bug aliens produce. Can't help but feel the game's taking the piss out of a certain country a bit. Your job as a Helldiver is to drive the bugs, cyborgs and Illuminates away from Super-Earth, plus the nearby planets, which have multiple missions on each one, eventually making your way to the enemy's homeworld to exterminate them once and for all. If you've played a twin-stick shooter before, then Helldivers will be familiar right off the bat, but after a few games you'll see just how varied and deep it can be. It requires you to work in a team of 4 to defeat enemies and complete objectives on the chosen map. You can play solo for the first couple of missions to get a grip with the game, but I wouldn't advise it past that. Before you start the mission, the host can decide where the players drop on the map. You can even land straight on the objective if you want, but that way you're going to be surrounded immediately. The key thing in Helldivers seems to be play smart. Friendly fire is always on, so you have to aim very carefully. There's also enemy sentries patrolling the map, which raise the alarm if you don't take them down quickly. You can try and let them pass and stealth round, but this rarely works as these sentries are really quick to spot you and your squad. I've also had these sentries spot me from off screen occasionally, which can be a bit cheap, and I hope they fix that. As a Helldiver, you'll have access to stratagems as well, which is another mechanic you'll have to use smartly. These grant the Helldiver extra help in battle, such as gun turrets, mechs, ammo crates and so on. You can equip 4 of these at once, though these supply drops can land right on a squad member and kill them if you aren't careful. These are called in by inputting a sequence of D-pad button presses, which are different for each item. So once you have a set of 4 you like and learn the sequence, you can call in supplies quickly and effectively. More of these are unlocked as you rank up and dominate planets, and there's an insane amount of them. Combine this with the weapon unlocks as well, and this will create a lot of unique loadouts and playstyles. But even with all of this firepower at your disposal, Helldivers is challenging. Enemies come in big packs and take big chunks of health with each hit. Friendly fire also only takes a handful of bullets to bring you to the ground. I know what you're thinking, what if you end up playing with an arsehole who just wants to troll and kill my team? Well, their name will be flagged and they'll be placed in games with other arseholes, so this system could work against people who aren't that great at the game. The difficulty is harsh but fair though. It only takes a few seconds for a player to call in a reinforcement stratagem and get all the dead players back in the fight. So when you're surrounded, input in a stratagem code as quickly as you can with enemies closing in, you will know true tension. Any reinforcements you call in though can land straight on the person who called them in if they aren't careful, or you can be really clever and get them to land on the enemy. Deaths end up being more funny than frustrating, such as moments like seeing the dropship come to land and extract everyone and crush 3 members of your squad, leaving you the lone survivor. Each match you complete earns community influence, which is acquired by every player online. The more this influence grows, the more territories are secured on the galaxy map, slowly securing a path to the alien homeworld, where the extremely difficult missions take place to take over the planet. The enemies can also take back territory. Obviously it's early days to see how this system will work, but it does give a good sense of community so far. As far as visuals go, Helldivers looks fine. The character models and environment textures look good, but since you're looking down from a top-down perspective, you can't see much detail. It runs at 1080p 60 frames a second on the PS4, keeping the action very smooth with very rare drops in the frame rate. Helldivers' problems are minor. Whilst there are plenty of maps, the objectives aren't very varied. You activate a few too many SAM sites, so it'd be nice to see some new objectives added, and it'd be nice to be able to customise the colour of your Helldiver's armour to add a bit more individuality to your characters. I can easily recommend Helldivers. It's very fairly priced. I got it for £13 on PS Plus, and it's going to be that price for its first week on sale. It's got a lot of content and the gameplay is really unique. I can't wait to see how the game's community evolves. I have played the Vita version a little bit, and this will probably be the quickest review you'll hear of that version. The gameplay gameplay is perfectly intact and it has the obvious visual and frame rate downgrade, and the Vita sticks aren't as accurate when aiming compared to the PS4 sticks. Still, it's perfectly playable. The game is cross-buy, so you don't have to buy both separately. If you're on the fence about Helldivers, don't hesitate. You'll find a really fun, challenging and unique game here. It's definitely worth a buy.